Hello YouTube, Brent Peter here with you. Coming to you from the casa. Had to move inside as soon as I tried to start my little video. Here come the locusts. They started raising hell and the motorcycle started going by. It's nearly 6 o'clock, so everybody's headed downtown to get them something to eat, I guess. So I just moved inside. Maybe the sound won't be so bad in here, so we'll go with it. But I thought I'd make this quick little video to tell y'all I'm getting the itch. I'm getting the itch. I don't know. I'm trying to think of new places to go here in the Philippines, and I've got to look, and I've already been to several places, but I'm still looking for. I'm still exploring, folks. Still exploring, trying to find the best place to settle down. I like Dumaguete, probably because it's so familiar to me. I've been here more and longer than anywhere else. I have tried lots of different cities, but just kind of as a tourist, not to live, not to really get to know anywhere. I've got a whole list of places I've been. I'll just go through them. And with this video, I would kind of like y'all's help. Maybe y'all can give me some pointers or steer me in the right direction. I'll just put it out there. Right, I'm not really into beaches and that kind of stuff. I just want a slow paced life, and I want I want electricity. I want the little things. Accessibility to airports, that's pretty important to me. Getting in and out, the handier the better. So I've been to Iloilo, and I like Iloilo. It's probably one of the most modern cities I've been to in the Philippines. I mean, it's spread out and kind of easy to drive. You don't have the traffic and stuff you do here in Dumaguete, and but it didn't reach out and grab me, if you know what I mean. And a lot of these places on my little list here are the same. So if I get to be repetitive, I don't mean to be, but none of them have just reached out and really grabbed me. And I'm just telling you the places I've been. That's just, some of them I was there a couple of days, some of them there, one or two of them a month or two. So keep that in mind. This is really for me rather than you, I think, because like I say, I've been to Iloilo, didn't hit the right buttons, or it didn't at the time. I've been to Panglao, right outside of Bohol. It's more of a touristy spot. Yeah, it's beautiful, a beautiful place, beautiful beaches, but just not my vibe. What's the other little city on Bohol or whatever? Tagbilaran. I did stay, I think 4 nights in Tagbilaran, something like that. I enjoyed it, but I was kind of passing through mode. I really didn't get to learn the city, but at the same time, again, it didn't just jump out and grab me. Been to Cebu City. Y'all know I stayed a month in Cebu City. And throughout my travels, I've probably stayed another week or two at Cebu, or at least 2, because me and Charina was up there for 7 or 8 days just for her little procedure. But I'm not really into that. That's my problem. I love electricity and all the benefits of a big city, but I just hate the people, if that makes any sense. And maybe I'm screwed. Maybe there is no perfect place for me in the Philippines, but I'm still looking and still trying to find the right place. I've been to Makati. I stayed 2 nights in Makati, I believe, and that was my initial fly-in to the Philippines. So I was kind of I got the full effect of Manila all in the same day, driving from the airport to Makati. Stayed in a beautiful hotel, I really did, but right outside was definitely Manila. I mean, I stepped out. You got to remember, I'm brand new to the Philippines. I stepped outside. There was beggars. There was one dude that wouldn't leave me alone. I was trying to buy a SIM card, and he kept trying to go get me a SIM card. And I had read that you had to register your SIM card, so I just wanted him to get the hell away from me, and so I could go on about my business. I wound up giving him about 100 pesos just to get rid of him. Hell, I went to the 7-Eleven when I was walking out. Hell, he come back with a SIM card. I didn't know nothing about SIM cards in the Philippines, so I'd heard all that stuff about registering it and all this. So hell, I threw the damn thing away, and I was really just trying to give him some pesos to get rid of him. It was less than $2, but it was just a shock because I kept telling him no, and he wanted to help me. He really did. He wanted to help me, and I wouldn't take no for an answer. I mean, he wouldn't take no for an answer, and sure enough, he brought me a SIM card. But like I say, I walked out in the street, and it was I'm from Southwest Oklahoma. To me, it was total chaos. There was cars going by. If you didn't watch out, you'd get your ass run over trying to cross the road. So I've heard good things about Makati, but I didn't. Like I say, it was brand new, and it's probably not a very good judgment. After Makati, I stayed there 2 days. I got me a room in BGC for 3 nights. I stayed in BGC, and it was raining. Luckily, my hotel had a restaurant and stuff, so I just kind of camped and really went to thinking, what the hell am I doing in the Philippines? Was really my initial thoughts. I stayed there. I booked it for 3 nights. I stayed there 2, and on that first night, or after that first day, I booked me a plane ticket to Dumaguete City. I said, I'm going all in. If I can't find happiness in Dumaguete City, this has just been one hell of a wasted trip all the way around the world or halfway around the world. Of course, I stopped at Tokyo first. I stopped in Japan, spent 3 nights in Tokyo, and just loved it. I mean, I went from probably the cleanest city I'd ever been to in my life to the nastiest, foulest city that I've ever been to in Manila, And if y'all have been to Manila, you know what I'm talking about. So it was a culture shock. It really was. But after staying at BGC for 2 nights, like I said, it was raining. I tried to go out walking a couple of times, and here'd come the rain. It was probably August last year, rainy season. I know you don't have to tell me. You can't expect. I realized that, but I was brand new to the Philippines, and I just didn't know any better. And I was just good time. Charlie got the blues sitting in his old hotel room. So got out of BGC, and again, I've heard nothing but good things about BGC. Other than it's supposed to be one of the most expensive places in the Philippines. I've been to Siquijor. I liked Siquijor the first time I was there. That was this time last year. That was a year ago. Within the next month or so, it'll be a year since I was there, and I've been back twice. I've been back in Southeast Asia for 6 months now. I flew into Cebu on the 15th of January. Stayed a month in Cebu. I really enjoyed it for the first week or so, and then it went to closing in on me. I was living in a condo, had the pool, had the gym, had a mall right across the street. Not the mall that I thought I was staying right across the street from Ayala Mall, but it was some little city mall type deal that had everything I needed, and I was just far enough from Ayala that I would take a motorbike taxi for I don't know, 100 pesos, maybe less than that. I don't remember if it was Joy or Grab that I would take, but it was just it would have been a whole lot better if I would have stayed in the IT Park or Ayala Mall right there. I've heard nothing but good things, but like I say, I enjoyed it for a week, but after a week I was ready to get out. Matter of fact, I got on a bus and had them bus me to Dumaguete. I noticed when I was trying to rent a motorbike and stuff in Cebu City that I knew that it was about a lot higher than it was here in Dumaguete City. So I thought, well, I'll just go see my man in Dumaguete City, hit me a little road trip, and I'm glad I did because I like I said, I took a bus to Dumaguete City, jumped over to Siquijor for the second time. We're now back to Siquijor, and it was a total different place than it was when I was there a year ago. I mean, that's, I guess it's good for Siquijor because it's really come to life. It's really grown, but it was more of a tourist trap. I mean, the first time it was so laid back, and the second time there was as many foreigners there as there was Filipinos. And I went back, me and Sharina went back, 2 or 3 weeks ago, spent 3 days there, and there wasn't the foreigners there. I mean, sure there was foreigners there, but not in groves like there was the second time I was there. And they was mostly young backpackers, and nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying it was a total different vibe every time I've been. 3 times I've been, and the first time I loved it, the second time I hated it, and the third time was just whatever. And you're a ferry ride. You're a ferry ride from anything before you can, even reach, I wouldn't say civilization, because there's 3 or 4 towns on the island of Siquijor. You got Laverne, and that was another deal. That was on the second time. The reason I didn't enjoy it as much is because I was trying to get my motorbike from Siquijor, take a ferry to Bohol. And for some reason, the Coast Guard kept canceling. I think they canceled it once, and I think the second day they canceled it, I think it was actually the boat company itself had something wrong, because it was kind of a shady deal. Anyway, so it was one of them deals where I couldn't really plan to do nothing because I thought I was leaving the next day. I was trying to get to Bohol. I was going to motorbike all the way around Bohol, and did. I went up to the Chocolate Hills and stuff, went to Panglao, like I say, Tagbilaran City. I stayed there for 3 nights, and then I stayed up closer to the Chocolate Hills, then took a ferry out of Tubigan. Does that sound right? I wrote that down. Tubigan, I think. I took the port from Tubigan back to Cebu. Just a short little ferry ride, and was back in Cebu City with my motorbike. And then I rode when I went to turn my motorbike in. I rode from Cebu City all the way to Dumaguete. And I think it would have been a pretty nice little trip. There's a couple of little towns in there that I would still like to hit. I drove through Oslab and that, but I didn't stop. And I've seen a bunch of videos that say don't do it, it's a waste of time. And I've seen some that said it's awesome. But usually the ones that saying it's awesome and stuff are like heavy into snorkeling and diving, and that. It's just, I enjoy it but I wouldn't make a special trip to do it, if you know what I mean. But it was a good adventure on my motorbike. I got to see, a lot of country, especially around Bohol. I got to see lots of rice terraces, and I'm really into kind of rice terraces and that kind of stuff. So, but Siquijor, it don't check the boxes for me. Boracay, I just got back from Boracay, and I have mixed feelings about Boracay. Boracay's beautiful, it really is. Boracay's got its issues. Boracay's got I don't know, it's a tourist trap. I mean, just put it plain and simple. I don't know how anybody would, why anybody would live there, because, and everything, it's probably 30% higher there than anywhere. And I know you get that with touristy places, I get that. But you gotta take you're another ferry ride to the airport. It's not set up for me. It's a small island, and I don't know what the housing situation would be over there if you was a foreigner trying to live full time over there. I'm sure you could find some pretty good deals. It's always better to rent long term. Like I say, I'm sure there's places set up for that, but it's just, I like to get out and get away, open roads and I don't think Boracay offers that. I think I've been from one end of it to the other, I'm pretty sure, and it didn't take long to get there. So Boracay didn't do it. I've been to Tagaytay. When I got back from Vietnam, I took a trip to Tagaytay. There's a big volcano there, big lake. It's kind of up in the mountains, supposed to be cooler. And I've been to 2 places. I've been to Valencia and Tagaytay, when they say it's cooler temps there. But maybe a few degrees. It's nothing life changing. It's nothing, it's quieter here in Valencia. That's the reason I like it. It has nothing to do with the temperature. There may be 3 degrees difference. Some days you can feel it more than others. I'll give you that. Maybe 5 to 7 some days. I'm not debating that it's cooler, but it's just not enough to really. If you're sweating, you're sweating. If you know what I mean. So I've got my fan turned off right now so I can make this video. But if it's daytime, I've usually got the fan on, blowing straight on me, or you know, it's not one of them places that it's so cool that you don't need none of that. So, but I like the quietness. I like how close it is to Dumaguete. But I've been here for several months now, and it's starting to. These walls are kind of closing in on me, and I'm just looking for a new adventure. I've been to Angeles. I like Angeles. I did a interview with Speaking of Asia. Shout out to Simon, and I didn't even realize it, but I've been to Angeles City 3 times, and he said, "Well, you must like it. You keep going back." And I said, "I guess you're right." But the main thing I like about Angeles, and it has nothing to do with walking street. I was telling him last time I went to Angeles, I didn't even go down there. But there's the Drake Hotel, or Big Poppy's Bar and Grill, has got some of the closest food I've had to American food. So anytime I'm about to fly through or go through the Manila airport, whether it be before the flight or after the flight, I usually go to Angeles City. It's like an 1.5-hour bus ride. I would much rather stay in Angeles City than Manila. It's just better room rates or for the money, and I love the restaurant, and that's what it amounts to. And when you've been in the Philippines for any amount of time at all, you what would you do for a Klondike bar? Well, you do a lot. And when it comes to a good old-fashioned cheeseburger, or just a bowl of beans with some cornbread and fried taters, they do it up right. So that's my main deal. And Angeles, I may give Angeles a shot. They've got a big mall there, and that's one thing. If you've been to one mall, you've been to a mall. But they've got golf courses. They've got that. So that may be a place worth looking into. That makes more sense than any of these other places that I've been to so far. Like I say, Tagaytay, the place was beautiful. It's just I think it was a 2-hour bus ride south of Manila. It just I don't know. There's some beautiful views, but I think I don't know how long I stayed there. Couldn't tell you. Maybe 5 days. I'm not sure. But half the time the clouds were so low that you couldn't see the beauty, and I couldn't find a place to rent a damn motorbike. I think if that's another place that I've been thinking about going is Batangas, and I was like 30 minutes, an hour and a half, something like that. I think that would have been a pretty nice little drive on a motorbike, but I couldn't find a place to rent a motorbike. So it didn't check the boxes. Matter of fact, I cut that little trip short and hauled ass to Angeles, I think. And like I say, that was right when I got back from Vietnam. So Tagbilaran, I told you I've been to Tagbilaran when I went to Bohol and all that, and that's where I stayed. It had some pretty nice accommodations. There was a hotel right there by the port that I stayed in, had an awesome breakfast every morning. I think that would be one of my more positive places, is Tagbilaran. Tubagon, like I say, it was just a place where I caught a ferry to Cebu City, but I do remember while I was there that I need to come back and check this place out, because it was like a port city or a port town or whatever, and just everything that just amongst like a big street market and stuff, and it was big enough that they had McDonald's. I'm not plugging McDonald's or none of that, but it was a big enough city that it had some options. I don't know. I didn't get to do much exploring because I rode in that morning from wherever I was by the Chocolate Hills, and was waiting to catch a ferry. But I remember telling myself I should have stayed a night there. Is what I should have done. El Nido, Coron, no and no. They're like Boracay. They're in the same. They're tourist traps. They're places that just didn't strike a nerve with me. I'm not saying it may be for you. It's just not for me. Keep that in mind, folks. This is just my opinions. This is just what I felt about it, and I'm just telling y'all because maybe y'all might have the same taste. You might have the opposite taste, but and the main thing for me making this video is to tell y'all what I like and what I don't like. So maybe y'all can tell me where to go. The places I have not been is that are on my radar. I have not been to Mindanao. I would like to check out CDO, or however you say, Cagayan de Oro or whatever. I would like to check that place out. I was thinking, I've heard good things about Davao, but again, Davao is a city, second or third probably largest city, behind Cebu and Manila. Maybe I don't know how big it is, but it's one of the bigger cities. So I really don't know how I would get along with that. And the reason I hadn't been to Mindanao, period. You know, I hear there's got red zones and that kind of stuff. There's a town called Malay or Malay that I've heard good things about, but I've only heard it from like one person, and I don't know. I need to do some research on that. Bataan up around Manila. I've heard that could be a good spot. And Baguio. I would really like to check out Baguio. Baguio sounds like more me. The weather's supposed to be good year round. It's up in the mountains. I just don't know. I try to avoid mountains in rainy season. I don't know if I'd have any issues or not. Y'all can leave your thoughts in the comments, but I just try to stay away from mountainous places in the Philippines when it comes to rainy season. You know, you hear mudslides and crazy stuff, and that's a lot of the reason I hadn't been to Mindanao. Sorry about that. I had to cut the video off. Had a phone call right in the middle of my little video here. So yeah, I was saying I try to avoid mountainous regions when it's rainy season, and that's another Tacloban or whatever up around Leyte. I would y'all know I've been talking about motorbiking. That my only trouble is it's kind of the rainy season and typhoon season. Let's just tell it like it is. I don't know about living in a place like that and having your electricity knocked out for who knows how long. Maybe never, but that's something that you know you got to deal with when you're on that side of the Philippines. So if y'all have any suggestions, drop them in the comments. If you know just a beautiful, tell me where heaven's at. That's what I'm looking for, folks. I'm looking for just a nice place. I would like to be close enough, you know, even if it's an hour away from a city or something like that, but in a nice place with where I've got options to have everything that a foreign guy's used to, if that makes any sense. Anyway, folks, that's all I got for now. I think I'm gonna slide on down here to the red table, see if I can't get something to eat. And like I say, I've been checking out Skyscanner, seeing where I need to go next. I've got this motorbike in this place. I've got this house rented for another month. I've got me a big fat girl now. We'll do that in another video. But I got me a bigger motorbike. I'll show y'all that later. But still a fat girl, but not as fat as that little Honda Click I was driving. But you still don't want your buddies to see, if you know what I mean. Anyway, that's all I got for now, folks. Thank y'all for watching these videos. I got over 2,200 subscribers now. I appreciate each and every one of you. If y'all hadn't had a chance, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. And I'll just continue to try to share my experiences with you here in the Philippines. That's all I got for now. This is Brent's Tripping. Peace.